What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Hump Day Wednesday edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a president of our great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I tried to muster all the strength that I could here into the intro because I feel terrible. I feel absolutely awful. I got chills, not feeling the best, but feel a little bit better after watching both of those totals at least hit in the evening window. Joe Ryan doesn't come close in 7 innings. That was frustrating. We'll see if Max Muncy wants to hit a backdoor home run for the people. Ended up on a Yaz home run in the premium Discord alone. And then obviously Lindy's long balls over 2 in the early window with Jose Altuve. Even in that game that ended up somehow staying under. It was like 6-1 in the second, and we ended up cashing the under there. That was fluky, but obviously happy to take the break because Monday, very, very little volume, over 2 on this video, and obviously not a ton in the premium Discord, salvaged with 1 pick'em card. And then today had tons of CLV on Wood, on Abrams, but obviously they don't have their gameplay, as well as 3 games eradicated from the slate, including that San Diego and Philly one that just looks completely different. We'll talk about the intricacies there. I ended up doing a slimmer down version of the graphics just because I couldn't do it. I just have to... Just let me know what you guys think, because again, I just want to get you the plays. It is right now just about midnight Eastern time, and it's time to get these out for the people. That's really all I have for you here. Oh man, just don't get sick. That's really all I can say about it. Lindy 5. You guys want to check out the premium Discord? Would love to have you there. I was looking at baseball all day, just robitussin, as Chris Rock would say, but no, it was basically just that and sleep and water. And watching my bets get rained out. That's fun. I think it's going to be an awesome day tomorrow, though. 18 MLB games, Lindy 5. Hopefully, I can get some sleep here. Hopefully, I can get up, be ready to rock for 13, 14 hours between all of the responsibilities of the workday, as well as getting this video in for you so that we can make some money together. I feel really good about this card. Come kick it. Plus, tons of props that I got my eye on. We'll talk about them right now. Alrighty, hit that like button, because again, Michael Jordan, well, he's a lot better at everything, like life. Maybe not marriage. I love my wife. San Diego taking on Philly here, and this is your first of the doubleheaders. Now, what has changed? A number of things. First off, we lost all CLV that would have existed there on that over, and yeah, it would have been half a run up, and even with Christopher Sanchez going up against Nick Pivetta, now you've seen it split. Pivetta and Abel are going to go in the first window there at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10:05 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to have amazing morning of baseball with 3 doubleheaders going. There's going to be so much to take advantage of. And Mick Abel, I really think Jackson Merrill is due for positive regression. He hits the ball too hard. I know he's been striking out more. It hasn't been pretty here, but overall, I think it's just a matter of time. And how about a guy with over a 300 expected ISO in his early big league career? And the strikeout stuff was a bit of an illusion in that first outing that he had. I don't really love the stuff. Fire up Jackson Merrill if you can find better than plus 450, which I saw out there already in the industry. So I will probably end up betting that when it's all said and done. San Diego money line, again, you have to be making some inferences about what that lineup looks like in the first game and then how it's going to look in the second game here. This is a great hitting ballpark. And San Diego gets out of Petco, where it's played a little bit more pitcher friendly like it had been in the past this season, partially because when you look at Baseball Savant, 3-year rolling average or 1-year rolling average, you're basically taking the sample size of how the players performed outside of those stadiums. Well, Fernando Tatis is much worse this season year over year, even though a 382 xWOBA, but he's also due for positive regression. And they're taking on Christopher Sanchez, 4 kids. I can't even do the bit. It hurts so much to... Oh. There we go. But yeah, I ran all of the numbers, and San Diego money line is going to become the closest, but we don't have a line out for it yet. I do think if you get anything inside of like that minus 105 number, like again, Phillies are going to be favored. So, and that's with Christopher Sanchez there at home. Yes, they have Bryce Harper back, but I would like to back Dylan Cease because I think the strikeout stuff could be tantalizing. Taking on a Phillies team that already played 9 innings before it, always a plus. It's like that 36, the second 18 on the guys trip with your buddies. Yeah, it hurts to swing the driver come number 17, that's for sure. I'm going to die during this recording. All right, we got Detroit and Washington up next, and I'm so frustrated because if you ended up in the premium Discord last night, you got plus 475 on Mr. Wood. Yeah, we laid the wood is what we ended up doing, and we laid the Abrams too, even though that number kind of stuck a little bit more. Yeah, he closed inside of plus 350. It was an asinine number once that came to fruition. And again, I talked about the Abrams play because I was very interested in that, ended up firing that as well, but both ended up getting voided. And now you get a completely different situation. They're going to go Holton into, a number of different guys. Kiner Montero has kind of been the other dude who's been piggybacking off of him in these spots. And then you have to deal with Jack Flaherty in the second one. So the same deal, your golf trip with the buddies. It's just tough. It is tough to talk yourself into it. And that's where I really think the key to this portion is figuring out where Kerry Carpenter is going to play, if at all. Now, he was in the lineup today. The hamstring injury wasn't bad enough on Sunday to keep him out of the lineup, so that's good to know. But I think Kerry Carpenter, you probably just utilize him in the first game and then don't have him in the second game. I think that's the one thing that scares me a little bit about the K-ladder aspect of this. He has a 21.4% K rate, but as you might expect, doesn't strike out as much against righties because he smashes them. 523 expected slugging on the season, 22-degree launch. Maybe they DH him and just go that direction and just let it go. Have Riley Green play the field back times, even though you don't want that. Just saying, it's going to be Gore K-ladder that I'm paying attention to, but Riley Green, the main reason he's getting inserted there, phrasing, Eric, you definitely want to be attacking Trevor Williams with lefties. He's in that first game. I'm paying very close attention to some of those lefties. Yes, Wensiel Perez, kind of an interesting piece. Zach McKinstry, even with the pinch hit risk that will exist for both games there, because again, you give some guys a little bit of a break. There's going to be edge to betting the game too, for sure. So we're going to be paying very close attention to that one in the premium Discord. As for the Milwaukee New York Mets one, I'm a little less confident that I'm going to have plays from this one in the same capacity that I know I'm going to have plays from San Diego, Philly, and from Detroit, Washington. You get Peralta versus Holmes, so we're kind of pushing back Clay Holmes' death sentence here one more day. Negative regression's due for him. 20.4% K rate, 9.5% walk rate, but the big thing, a 2.97 ERA next to a 4.12 expected ERA. Yeah, wrote it up yesterday, and the only reason that I'm throwing the Peralta under 5.5 Ks here is because I do think the Mets in this doubleheader could roll out something that doesn't have Brett Beatty. Or, Mark Vientos will definitely be in that lineup for the second game. You got to try to have him go up against the Miz. Fast hands, get to the ball. Dude's throwing 100 plus like 20 times a game. It's just absurd watching the Miz pitch. Can we just talk about the Miz instead? Yeah, again, this entire game is going to be much more difficult. But the Miz K-ladder, the only thing that keeps me from knowing that this would be something that would be a part of my card is just knowing the public love now that exists. This is why you want to be early to the party. This is why you watch Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. At least I think so. Or maybe it's to troll me. Maybe it's to, get on my nerves. But hey, for the most part, I think you've been pretty profitable with me if you've tailed over the course of the last month and a half, 2 months. And I feel pretty proud of the work that we've done here year over year over year. June was an absolute banger front to back. June 30th tried to kill me a little bit. But the Miz K-ladder, we were on top of Miz in his first outing, in his second outing, and in his third outing. All he does is get better. 5, 6, 8 strikeouts. What does this opening number look like? Really need to know what that beginning number looks like on the other side. But let's keep going here with the leans. Hopefully the doubleheader talk, you enjoyed that here. And again, I have to do it this way. Otherwise, I wouldn't get through a show today. Athletics taking on Tampa Bay. And maybe this is just an easier way to do it so I can focus on the analysis. Because again, sometimes it's analysis by paralysis when you're just worried about graphics. I don't want to be worried about graphics. I'm a better. I like to bet. I want to be better at betting. Better at betting is not making graphics. So AI will probably do it all for us automatically in like a year. Athletics taking on Tampa Bay, and Brandon Lau. This is a dude who's just on another planet. Left on left goes out of the 3-hole today. He had a day off against another lefty, Jacob Lopez. 4 kids. I got to take all of that ass to show bids there. I did the bid after all. Minnesota taking on Miami here, and I don't really know what to say about Joe Ryan other than like, how would you miss a fucking bat, bro? We got Woods Richardson versus Jansen Junk. I would rather do anything than attend this baseball game. I could be in Miami as a Twins fan, and you could give me front row tickets to this game. Oh, I'd probably go in that. There's some baddies in Miami. I love my wife. Did I mention that before? The New York Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays here. Paul Goldschmidt. The numbers come down by Blink-182, an absolute banger. The self-titled album, very underrated from the Blink-182 catalog, but similar to that, I think Paul Goldschmidt, pretty underrated, even though the long ball hasn't been a huge part of his repertoire here. But Jose Barrios on the mound, you best know I'm interested in finding something there. The reason that I'm not going to solidify this in stone is, hey, what if Ben Rice is catching instead of Austin Wells? Austin Wells is supposed to be back in. He's got finger issues, and I don't know if that's going to get sorted out this year. He'll probably have to have surgery. I'm going to wait the whole way to the offseason. What if I just throw up on stream? Yaki. Paul Goldschmidt, though, he gets to have the righty matchup here against one Jose Barrios. Maybe Ben Rice plays first. I don't fucking know what the Yankees are going to do in this spot. I apologize if you have kids around. I don't mean to swear this much. I don't feel well. Cincinnati taking on Boston. I also love my wife. Willie Abreu. This is a dude who's just on another planet, and I'm not a big hot streaks guy. I'll always kind of like bring it up because it's fun to talk about. But my big concern here with this game, they have to finish out their first game first, and that becomes a little bit problematic. Player Abreu, great power, great responsibility. Nick Martinez, best of luck to you, sir, even though I think righty's looking pretty good against him as well. Cleveland taking on Chicago. Again, it was nice that I didn't try to force anything from that game with a J-Ram homer, Pete Crow Armstrong homer. Sometimes it's not the bets that you hit, it's the bets that you don't make. And sometimes you fall in love with people, and I definitely love from beginning to end, beginning of the year, you've just heard me bang the drum for Pete Crow Armstrong. He's made us a lot of money in the Discord. He's made a lot of money on this program for us. But I also remember that he started the locks off with a bad taste in my mouth there in Japan. And so nobody's perfect. And shit, I went 0-2 on this program on Monday. Thank God salvaged a Tuesday here and ended up flipping it to be 50-50. But as I look here, Cincy, Boston, Cleveland, Chicago, there's just not a lot in either of those spots unless something with Cincinnati's lineup or Boston's lineup just comes out wonky in their respective spots. But Brian Bayo, yeah, he's kind of a pinata. I bet you get the 18 for Cincy. I bet it's pretty efficient. Let's close out the leans here, shall we? 3 more of them. Hit that like button for me. Houston, Colorado, Rocky 0. Hunter Brown is on the mound, and this is a dude who can just throw it by a bunch of Rockies. And Hunter Goodman, he goes yah-yah on Josh Hader there in that 9th inning. That made my heart palpitate. Already didn't feel good. I'm already on Benadryl, but 5.9% barrel percentage, ridiculously low number there. I love seeing that going into Coors Field. The launch, a little bit higher than I would want, 10.3 degree launch angle, only a 47.9% ground ball percentage is all right there, but 21% fly ball percentage. And I really want to see who his catcher is. Victor Caratini, he's been hitting the ball really, really well, but Yander Diaz, he's the guy I really prefer because he's got way better arm strength. He is a much better catcher defensively. And overall, I just think you look at his defensive metrics. I want to have, if I'm going to bet a 0 or a 1 and the number's not going to move, I want my catcher that I prefer in there. So Yander Diaz, please please catch. Victor Caratini, just DH and hit another homer if you want, as long as we cash our unders anyway. Kansas City, Seattle, Kansas City plus 1.5. Just to round out this portion. Oh my God, am I going to get through this show? I'm dead inside. Noah Cameron, Logan Gilbert. I mean, these are going to be 2 fun pitchers in a ballpark that is made for pitching. And Noah Cameron, I've been pretty down on him relative to like where the industry's been, but a 2.79 ERA is indisputably good now with 750 plus pitches of sample size and a 3.64 expected ERA. He also gets to go up against a Seattle team. I mean, other than Randy Rosarena over the course of this series, you're just not seeing a whole hell of a lot of the alerts popping up on your old phone here from time to time. But you look at some of the splits here against lefties, 25.4% K rate, 109 WRC plus is still good for Seattle. Again, the 109 WRC plus portion, but you definitely, I think, want to have lefty power more so in that ballpark. So slight advantage, even though, again, Logan Gilbert's going to just mow down Kansas City to some extent here, but I think it's a low-scoring game. Might be looking at an under as well, but Kansas City is what my data liked. And rounding out this portion, oh my God, I'm talking way too much. San Francisco, Arizona, Devers, 3+ Ks. What the hell are you doing, bro? What are you actually doing with your life right now? He's had some of the worst. Him and Heliot Ramos last 2 days make my eyes bleed. But you know what? We got that overthrew anyway, honey, because the Arizona Diamondbacks are goated and Jake McCarthy, the hell? Josh Naylor ends up out of the lineup. I start screaming bloody murder in the middle of my sleep. But you know, stuff is normal. My wife asked me, hey, what's wrong? I said, Josh Naylor got scratched. She goes, who the hell is Josh Naylor? And I said, don't worry about it, honey. Just keep making dinner. No, I didn't say that. I love my wife. $5, friends, Lindy and Friends, exclusive Discord down at the link below. That is all I've got for you on that today. All right, to the most bare bones edition of we got St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Let's talk through four plays that I've got on the card for tomorrow. And again, it's nice because the data portion is the easy portion of my day. I know kind of where my data is going to be pointing in certain directions because there's certain pitchers that you really like. There's certain pitchers that you really don't. And you're going to have to find which ones they are. Well, I traditionally like Sonny Gray. This is a guy who, with my Minnesota Twins, was an absolute ace. That Veronica Vaughn, one piece of ace. I know from experience, if you know what I mean. 256 expected batting average, though, is a little problematic. Is Pittsburgh just like turning on the heat? I mean, what in the world? Nick Gonzalez in there? You got Tommy Pham? Did somebody steal his fantasy football money again? Like, what's going on? He's actually hitting the ball again. Like, wow. Brian Hayes can run, even though we didn't get that stolen base. It was like 0.1 units. It's whatever. Again, unit allocation is a big part of the game, friends. Spencer Horwitz leading off now against righties. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. But it looks like good hitting weather yet again in PNC Park, which traditionally more towards the pitcher side of the things. But Mitch Keller, comeback Keller, he had a really nice outing last time, and I really don't buy it. 273 expected batting average, 18.5% K rate. And the ground ball percentage is all right, 45.7%. Sonny Gray's way lower there at 39 and change. But I will say this. St. Louis has a lot of lefties. Lowell Sneadball, Alec Burleson, Brendan Donovan, and Pham, Nolan Gorman. He's starting to come alive here again. So over 8 is where we ended up playing this minus 105 over on FanDuel. I think it's a nice way to start off your card. Let's get ourselves to LA and Atlanta. LA, I cannot believe how many times I've been making money betting LA other than Sunday, of course, premium Discord. Quarter unit parlay with the Miami total, team total, as if I need to rehash those evil memories again. And fortunately, it was just a quarter unit there, but we ended up making a couple half units there when they were taking on the Yankees. It was really nice stuff, either +1.5 or money line. I prefer money line here because you got a switched start situations. They ended up firing up Holmes on Tuesday. If you were able to snipe some numbers there, obviously I like his pedigree a little bit more than Didier Fuentes, even though the Angels, they found a way to get bat on ball here. They found a way to get bat on ball 4-0. Atlanta's bats go quiet into the night. Oh, they're ready for the All-Star break or just to be done playing baseball for the year. Ronald Acuna is really good still, even though he's not doing anything at the moment. He's still really good at baseball. My point is, you say Kikuchi, I say Kakachi, and we're going to be back in Kikuchi. 24.1% K rate, 244 expected batting average, and 10% barrel percentage is worrisome, but not as worrisome as we've seen from Didier Fuentes. And I'm going to give him a break. He's 20 years old. You know what I was doing at 20 years old? Very stupid things. I was not pitching professionally in the major leagues, but 8.27 expected ERA, 161 pitches. We've now seen him in 2 starts against the Marlins and the Mets, and neither of them impressed me in any way, shape, or form. I went through all of the pitch mix for each one, 87 pitches that he had there against the Marlins. That's the one that I really wanted to see because the Mets, more of a disciplined team. In Miami, they've been more disciplined, even though Joe Ryan, you had all the opportunities, man. He had 15 called strikes. He had 9 swinging strikes in that one, but hard contact, man, it's just something I can't really look past. So we're taking the plus money there with the Angels, backing them yet again against a young pitcher. I think the Angels lineup is full of great hitter prop potential as well. Baltimore, Texas, that is our next stop. Hit that like button. 2 more games. I'm almost in there. I'm almost done. Almost passed out like twice on the show today. That's not good, right? You're not supposed to talk about being sick. You don't talk about Bruno. No. We got Sagano taking on Evaldi. And if you've watched this program before, Nathan Evaldi, there's a lot of times in playoffs that he has ate up innings. I mean, one of the bigger plays I had all of last year was in the playoffs. I think it was last year, or was it 2 years ago? God, I've been doing this for a long time. But Nathan Evaldi, I ended up getting a pretty penny down on his over outs prop. I think it was like at 14.5 or something ridiculous. He ends up going like 7 innings in that game in Tampa. It was really, really enjoyable. So I don't know if that was last year or 2 years ago, but he had been dinged up and yet again had an IL stint this season, comes back, just throwing fastballs. That's what he does. Now, the split finger, a bigger part of his repertoire this time around this season, but 26.7% K rate is improved. The fastball continues to be impressive, and a 9% barrel percentage isn't great, but it's helpful to be in that ballpark. Look at those lefties, though. I mean, these series have just been wonky. Texas and Baltimore's putting up runs in a pitcher's park. But speaking of, Corey Seager's alive, right? Corey Seager's back alive, and we have over a 200 expected ISO against lefties for Tomoyuki Sagano. Tomoyuki Sagano, he throws the split finger. Every Japanese pitcher comes over. It's like a requirement by law that we allow them to, throw split finger. They have to have a split finger, otherwise they don't come over. And Sagano, he's 35 years old. This is his first year in the big leagues. He's finding ways of eating up innings at times, but I don't love the stuff. 364 xWOBA, 292 expected batting average, and with Seager batting second, all you want are more and more at-bats. Am I going to the homer? No. I'm going to be going Corey Seager 2+ baggies here in this one. I think this is a good spot to potentially just kind of, again, Sagano, there might be a home run in my future there, but I'm going towards the leisurely side. Anything better than -110 against Sagano in play. White Sox taking on the Dodgers. Natural way to end this program with the West Coast game. Oh, good luck, White Sox. Good luck to you. I don't know how you survive this one. Now, Clayton Kershaw, he's from the left side. He's given up a lot of hard contact, and some would say, oh, this is too wide of a number to be backing with Clayton Kershaw now. It's not wide enough. 26.6% K rate against lefties. Crazy stuff. 4th highest in baseball. A 143 ISO is better than you might expect, but just an 85 WRC plus, is that as ridiculous as Kansas City against lefties? No, Kansas City against lefties makes no sense considering it's a team of all righties and they have under 100 ISO against lefties, but that's a conversation for a different day and a conversation for a different program. But I look at this team as one that we need to attack, these White Sox, and attack them we shall, especially when they're throwing out Sean Burke to go out there and die against the Dodgers in the evening window. 11% barrel percentage. I mean, I ended up on the Max Muncy home run today. I don't think he's done it over the course of recording this program. Otherwise, I think my phone would have blown up. So I'm just going to just into the ether it goes. Oh, Tani had a home run. That's cool. Good for you. Another day ending in Y. But here we are, Dodgers -1.5. So I've got both numbers kind of pinpointed where I want to be. Dodgers, I already bet this at the -1.5 number. That is inside of -150. As long as you're getting something inside of -150, go ahead and fire that one up ad nauseum. But if you're looking more towards the -2.5 side of things, there are plus monies available. You have to get plus money. It has to be +105 or better. I can't imagine laying -2.5 on anything that's even money or beyond in a Major League Baseball game unless the total's played on the Sun or Mexico City. Real ones know that one. Elevation, it's a real thing. Alrighty, y'all, that does it for me today. Lindy 5, once again, that is the main calling card of this, and we've got a couple hundred people in there hanging out every single day, talking shit to me because they deserve to. You're paying, you deserve to, and obviously, I'm giving you the best I got every single day in the pick'em streets and the betting streets, doing what I've been doing for years, being profitable and doing it forward-facing with the results, just like we do on Lindy's Long Balls, talking you through the process. If you have questions, I have answers. We're always looking for edges, and I think we might have found a really good one. Yeah, real ones know. Real 85, my dude. Let's go. We got some work to do still this evening. I'm going to go take a little pill, not an Ibiza, in my bed so I can go to sleepy. That does it for another edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. 18 games. Yeah, we kept it under 25 minutes. Good for me. Good job. Good effort. Whew. I made it. This music's annoying me, though. We'll see you guys back here on Thursday, as long as I'm alive. Hopefully I'm alive. Thank God for those totals. Bye.